All right, welcome to Agent Prep with Lillie Hendy. Remember to tap that subscribe button and click the little bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, and go ahead and like this video. All right, so we left off as I wrote down on the entrance of this, on the notes, okay? We're gonna start out with executive contract as the vocabulary, and then exam 2 on national Q&A, and on state, that's, yes, for national, and for state Q&A exam number 3, starting out with the first question. So this is the source that I use, and as I've mentioned, it's an old source, and I did buy 2 new ones. However, these exams are awesome. So once we go through all these 4 exams, then we will start the other sources. And it's a book. And this is the table of contents. It's a book of 287 questions. It's free online, and it's also free on our group. Let's go to national. Any questions so far on vocabulary? And we are starting exam number 2. Okay, and you'll see it on top and on here. Exam number 2, question 1. And these are national questions. Okay, the first 80 are national. The last 30 are state. Excuse me while I take a sip of water. See, has a nice explanation of answers. Okay. So who else is on here besides Carmen, Veronica, Tanisha? I think Kelly came on. If you can just say hi, I'll know you're on here. Because right now there are 6 of you. There were 10. Okay, so we're down to 6. Sometimes we have up to 20 people that show up. All right, national questions for the Texas national exam. And actually, national questions will apply to anybody in any state. So let's say you were to take a national, pass the exams here in Texas, and you move to California. You'll have to redo all the courses. However, you won't have to take the national exam. You just take the state. Hi, Elodie. Thanks for saying hi. And Sasha Bunny, but it's actually Kelly. Thank you for saying hi. And Curtis, you're still here. Oh yes, you were on here at the beginning. And you guys, you noticed that somebody posted a marketing ad for real estate. It's not allowed on here. This is for us to teach. And if anybody's going to post anything aside from any of you wanting to help each other out, it'll be me, and no advertisement of real estate in here. There's plenty of Facebook pages out there to do that. Okay, number 1. When does title pass from the grantor to the grantee? Okay, we just did some definitions, right? A, when the grantor signs the deed and it is recorded. B, when the grantor signs the deed and it is delivered to and accepted by the grantee. C, when the grantor signs and the deed is notarized for filing. D, when the grantor receives the purchase price and good funds from the grantee. Yeah, you laugh. I wish I could hear you guys. And when you write the answer, remember to write the question number and the letter. And I'll give you a moment to do that. I mean, if I didn't give you a chance, we could go through more questions, right? However, it's important for you all to reply, and if for some reason you were to get it wrong, then I'll explain and we can view the answers that this source has. Okay, let's see. Elodie says 1A. Veronica says B. Okay, I made a comment earlier about when it becomes conveyed, right? The grantor signs it and has to be delivered, acknowledged. Okay, so I've got 2 A's and 2 B's. There was a little interruption of the internet there for a moment, but I think we're still on. Okay, so B, ownership. Title is passed from the grantor who signs the deed to the grantee buyer when a signed deed is delivered to and accepted by the grantee. And I made a comment that it doesn't have to be recorded. However, it's best to record it. There's a lot of hackers, a lot of thieves, a lot of sneaky people out there that will steal property. Hi, Nina. So Nina just joined us. That's great. So the answer is 1B. So Nina, Sasha, or Kelly, and Tanisha all said A. Okay, so the grantor signs it. It does not have to be recorded. Okay, it has to be delivered and accepted. Okay, that's what has to happen. And it's delivered and accepted at the closing with the title company or with an attorney. So 1B. Okay, and this is national exam number 2. Okay, do y'all get that? Very important, very, very, very important that you understand that. When it's signed, delivered, and accepted or acknowledged. Number 2. A tremendous storm causes a river to flood, and in the process, about 15 feet of a shoreline on Peter Haley's property is washed downstream. After the flood subsides, his neighbor's beach is whitened by 15 feet. Which of the following is not true in this situation? Which one is not true? So there was a major flood and 15 feet of shoreline disappeared, okay, from one property owner and went to the other. So what can happen here? A, Peter has a claim against his homeowner's insurance company. B, the land was lost. So again, common sense. What does the homeowner's insurance cover? Okay. B, the land was lost due to avulsion. C, new land has been created by the addition of alluvion. So those are key words that we reviewed last week or the week before. Avulsion, addition. There seems to be some internet interruption, guys. I hope it doesn't disconnect us, but if it does, I will come back on. So you'll have to look for a new posting. D, the adjacent owner is not required to compensate Peter in any way for the loss of waterfront. You're very welcome, Nina, for the explanation. So this is an act of nature, right? So does insurance cover that type of act of nature when you lose or gain land? Insurance covers homes, covers the dwelling. So insurance companies do not generally insure against loss of land. This is an example of land being relocated as an act of nature, in which case property is lost or increased. It says they do not generally insure. I'm curious to find out when they do insure. I don't even know if in an earthquake, well, the home will be damaged, okay, and they'll have to take care of that. If there's an earthquake, the earth splits, the home falls in, so the home was insured, right? The home has to be replaced. And maybe in that case, they'll have to bring some land in there. That's the only thing that comes to mind right now. Okay, so number 2. is A, right? Insurance companies do not generally insure. Okay, I have 2A, 2D, D. Okay, remember to put the question number. Oh, don't feel bad, Kelly. I read the questions wrong myself and provide the wrong answer sometimes, so y'all have to watch out for me. Peter has a claim against his homeowner's insurance. Which one is not true? A, right? So 2A. Okay, number 3. An appraiser is appraising a home. So appraiser, okay, keyword, a home located on Lot 7, Block 2 in Melody Acres subdivision. It's on a subdivision. In the reconciliation process of the appraiser, he will give the most weight to, he or she, right, doesn't say, A, the cost approach, B, the sales comparison approach, C, the income approach, or D, all of the above under the Appraisal Institute standards. So appraising a home in a subdivision. So usually what happens in a subdivision? We have lots of similarities, right? Well, at least the video disconnects and reconnects, but it's not knocking us off, so that's a good thing. Okay, so which one, guys and gals? When there's a neighborhood, what type of comparables do we do? Okay, so here it says appraising a home located at Lot 7, Block 2 in Melody Acres subdivision. In the reconciliation process of the appraisal, he will give the most weight to. Okay, it doesn't say that this is generating any income. Okay, even though the answer says C. It says, while all 3 approaches are used on the standard appraisal report, the most weight should be given to the sales comparison approach. You see, this is somebody that was thinking one thing and wrote another. So they wrote the right answer, but they wrote the letter C. And the answer is 3B. Okay, correct, Tanisha and Carmen and Kelly. The answer is 3B. However, you're going to say, well, it says 3C. We got to read the answer. And then it says, if it were an investment property, the income approach would be the important one. However, this is in a subdivision. It's comparable. If there were no comparables, then they would use the income approach. So 3B. Oh, the video is interrupted. Okay, are you guys still there? Because the video was interrupted. Gosh, I don't know. It must be that it's nighttime and a lot of people are texting your okay, it seems that we're still on. I'm also looking at it on my phone. Yeah, okay, you're still there. Very good. All right, number 3 was B. Thank you, Carmen, for replying. All right, number 4, tenancy by the entirety differs from other forms of co-ownership in that A, neither owner can force a sale. B, each owner is free to devise his or her share to chosen heirs. Remember devise? What's the devise? C? You know, like a will. C, shares may be acquired at different times. Or D, the property must be a principal resident. So tenancy by the entirety. These are national questions. So in the state of Texas, it would be common property, community property. But national, it would be tenancy by the entirety. And what does that mean? You know what, it could also be that my computer is hot. So I'm gonna turn, I have this ring light that faces the computer and the back of it is hot. As long as we don't get kicked off. Okay. So number 4, let's see. Oh, okay, so the video's not interrupting on your end. It could be just that my computer is getting hot because of the ring light that I had on. You always get stuck on these? Yes. Okay, tenant by the entirety. There's 3 different types of ownership. So tenants by the entirety is 2 or more individuals. It's a co-ownership. Okay? And neither can force a sale. They both have to agree. Each is free to devise it or her share to chosen. If they are not husband and wife, if they're husband and wife, which is typically what tenants by the entirety is, they cannot give their share without the approval of the other one. And then on C, shares may be acquired at the different times, or the property must be a principal residence. So 4. Okay, let's see, I had 4B, B, B, and 1A. You're correct, Carmen. When it's a married couple, that is what tenants by the entirety is. They're a married couple. Buys any real estate as tenants by the entirety, neither can obtain a court order for partition. They cannot sign without the other one agreeing. Oh, you lost audio. Did all of you lose audio? Right, can you hear me? Because Kelly says she lost audio. So the answer here is 4A. Let me see on my phone. Did you lose audio? Okay, I can hear on my phone, so I have to turn it down. Huh, you can't hear me? Oh, okay, you didn't lose audio. Okay, very good. Okay, it depends on how I asked the question, right? I said, did you lose audio? And you said, no. I thought I had said, can you hear me? Yes, you can hear me. Very good. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you, all of you. All right, number 5. Well, I shouldn't be showing you the answers. Riparian and littoral rights belong to owners of what? A homestead. B, subsurface minerals. C, land bordering bodies of waters. Or D, remainder or reversionary interests. Riparian and littoral rights. Riparian, like a ripple effect, right? Water moving like a river. Littoral, it's saying calm, like a lake or a pond. Belongs to owners. Boy, I'm having a rough night talking. So is it a homestead, surface minerals, land bordering bodies of water? 5C so far, okay. 5C. So riparian rights apply to owners of land bordering rivers and streams, littoral rights to those owning land or lakes or oceans. Even though lakes or oceans, right, you have the waves, but it's not a stream running from one end to the other. So 5C. Very good, guys, gals. Number 6. Broker Penn, through his salesperson Jesse, has a property management agreement with Open Door Apartment Homes, giving them authority to manage the day-to-day business, hire employees, advertise, sign leases, and handle repairs and maintenance. Which of the following statements is true? A. A broker's license does not give Ben the authority to accept its obligations. B. Ben represents Open Door Apartment Homes as a general agent. C. Jesse represents Open Door Apartment Homes as a general agent. So you have to pay attention. Who is who? Broker Ben, through his salesperson Jesse, has a property management agreement with Open Door Apartment. And then C, Jesse represents Open Door Apartment Homes as general agent. D, Ben represents Open Door Apartment Homes as a special agent. So the salesperson is Jesse, Ben is the broker. Right, so we as agents, we have an agreement with our sellers, right? And here it says with apartment homes. However, they all belong to the broker, right? So in this case, the broker is what type of an agent? All right, I have a 6B. No one else yet thinking about it? 6B, the broker is always the agent representing the client. General agency gives the agent broad authority to act on behalf of the client. So we did the vocabulary, right, earlier about general agent. So it is broad. They have broad responsibilities. And general agents are usually doing property management through the broker. It's the broker that has that. Special agency is limited authority for a specific act, for a specific property, for one property, and gives no authority to the agent to bind the client to any agreement such as a lease or employment agreement. So number 6 was B, right? Okay, I have D. No. Ben represents Open Door Apartment as a general agent. The question says, Broker Ben, through his salesperson Jesse, has a property management agreement with Open Door Homes, giving them authority to manage your day-to-day business, hire employees, advertise, sign. So they're being given lots of responsibility, right? So he's a general agent because of all the responsibilities that they're given. We as realtors, we don't have these rights to hire employees, okay? To pay for, we pay for our own advertisement. We can sign leases through a lease agreement, right? But it's through our broker. We don't handle repairs and maintenance. So a broker that manages property, okay, because he's got a property management, so he's got to be a broker, and they're a general agent. They have broad responsibilities. That's why I mentioned earlier, pay attention to the term, broad responsibilities for property management. So let's see, so Carmen, Vernica, and Nina, do you understand? A property manager has a lot of responsibilities, and they can be a property manager because they have a broker license, so they've been practicing real estate for several years, according to the state of Texas, for at least 4 years, and have done the different types of transactions that are required in order to become a broker and take the broker exam. And at that point, a broker can do property management. Any questions on that for further explanation? Okay, number 7. The broker of Top Notch Realty Company owns a 5% interest in Big Time Mortgage Company. So one is a realty company, the other one is a mortgage company. To facilitate financing approval for their buyers, the broker refers them to Big Time Mortgage Company for easy one-time shopping, like an all-inclusive type of organization. In this situation, the broker must do what? That's the broker from Top Notch Realty. A, must disclose the affiliated business arrangement under RESPA Regulation X. B, must disclose, so pay attention to words again like must or always and should. And B, must disclose the affiliated business arrangements under TILA Regulation Z. Okay, C, should state the benefits of accepting services under their business arrangement. D, is not required to disclose business interest relationships of less than 10% under RESPA Regulations X. So certain things in this case we must do. We must disclose. Okay, so in this case, must is a good answer. So that narrows it down to 2. So is it due to RESPA? Or is it due to TILA? Okay, let's see, I have a 7C. So any business interest of 1% interest or more must be disclosed to prospective customers and clients as an affiliated or controlled business arrangement. Okay, so TILA is what? Truth in Lending Act. And RESPA, I always forget, real estate Settlement Procedures Act. Okay, so it falls under RESPA Regulation X. TILA is for lending. Okay, so it doesn't have to do with that, even though they do have a mortgage company, but they're talking about dealing as the brokerage of Top Notch Realty. They own 5% in the other company. So as long as they own 1% of another company, it has to be disclosed. Okay, so 7A. That's why I said pay attention to words must. In this case, it has to be disclosed. Okay, so here must disclose. So it would have been A or B. And Vernica, you said C, should state the benefit of accepting services under, no, not state the benefit. They must disclose. Remember words disclose, disclose, disclose. And so the difference here was knowing, RESPA, Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act. So what procedures must they take? And TILA, Truth in Lending Act. That's when they're making loans to individuals. And what they have to disclose as far as being a lender. Okay, very good. Thanks for participating. Number 8. Man-made additions to real estate are known as A, chattels, B, trade fixtures, C, parcels, or D, improvements. Man-made additions to real estate are known as chattels. Is like cattle, it moves, so it's personal property. B, trade fixtures, are man-made, okay, but they belong to the business. Parcel, it's a piece of land. D, improvement, You're improving something. So D, improvements which become part of the real property, very good, Nina, include man-made additions like sewers, roads, and buildings. So if you're adding a sewerage line to the property, it's an improvement to the property. The road that abuts the property, that's an improvement. A driveway, a fence, any garage being added, even if it's detached, any addition like another room or another bathroom, that's an addition, that's an improvement. So 8D. All right, number 999. Okay, so everybody did good on that. Oops, showing you the answers. Okay, you didn't see that, right? No, you didn't see that. Okay, 9. The Simons have defaulted on their loan payments and are behind in paying the rest of their bills. So their home is being sold in a foreclosure auction, right? They're behind, they defaulted. Of the many liens against it, which will have first claim on the proceeds of the sale? Okay, we talked about this on one of the earlier vocabulary. A, the first mortgage recorded. B, unpaid real estate taxes. C, mechanics liens. D, home equity loan. Okay, in a foreclosure, certain liens have priority, not just mortgages. So which one is number 1 priority as has to get paid first? So which one has a first claim? So we have B and A. Anybody else before I show the answer? So it's important for you to loan what type of loans, what kind of priorities they have. What debt has a priority when it comes to a foreclosure, what liens. So number 9, B, whether entered in the public records or not, real property taxes automatically take priority over all other liens. Should you not owe any mortgage, the city or the county can foreclose on the property because of property taxes due. So property taxes is see, we own the house and we own supposedly the land. However, we never own it 100% because we have to pay property taxes. The only time that a person owns it 100% if they have a 100% military disability. I don't know of any other one right now. But 100% military disability, they don't pay taxes, property taxes. On a normal property, yes, property taxes is the priority lien. Number 1 lien, unpaid real estate taxes. Got it? All of you, the majority of you did A. And yes, first mortgage, we talked about it earlier. If there are 2 mortgages, the first mortgage has priority. However, here they inserted unpaid real estate taxes. Those have to be paid. And in between any contract that gets conveyed, any property, the property taxes are prorated. So the answer is B. I don't like that song. Okay, let's see here. It says, don't stop, don't stop. Well, we don't want to stop learning, right? But Oh, this one is one of my favorite musicians. I'm into jazz also. And this one is a saxophone, gorgeous saxophone player, gorgeous woman called Candy Dulfer. All right, did you guys get it? Unpaid real estate liens have priority over everything else. Number 10, the agreement signed by the owners of House A and House B to share a common driveway is a form of what? A, an encroachment, B, a party wall, C, an easement, or D, a homestead. Big time definitions, definitions, definitions. I will always stress strongly that you study definitions. That's why I work on spending about 40 minutes or 35 minutes on definitions, vocabulary, glossary, whatever it's referred to. So they share a common driveway. How would they do that? Through what type of a device or instrument? Carmen, very good. An easement. Each owner has the right to pass over the neighbor's half of the driveway, thus owning an easement on the adjoining property. And the one that has the right to use it, they're the dominant party, right? The other one is the servant. Okay, so we're going to stop there with national. So we'll start on number 11 next week on page 186. And the answers are on page 202. Okay, any questions on national? Have any of you passed the national exam? All right, welcome to Agent Prep with Lillie Hendy. Remember to tap that subscribe button and click the little bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, and go ahead and like this video.